Hello there! Ever wondered if HOI4 is actually historical? Paradox recently blessed us with a complete division designer rework, offering way more granularity in support companies through the new regimental support system. So let's put this new designer to the test and see if it can truly replicate history by playing with historical divisions and plans only. Can I survive as Germany and somehow use these awful symbols to build my army? Like the video and subscribe to find out. Because at 100k subscribers, a massive mega campaign will be here, and it's going to be painful. Alright, here we are, Germany. Paradox has seen fit to bless us with a division designer overhaul, tons more support options, regimental support, but are they accurate to history? We will be making fully historical division designs, battle plans, and general direction for Germany, all based on meticulous research of sources, graphs, and charts, all of which are available to YouTube members and patrons for their lovely support, but I will be putting them up as I make the divisions, which I will begin to do in 1939. So to get started, we will first of all play a pretty strong Germany game. We just need to get up as much economy as possible because we have to build so much equipment. We need armored cars, we need AA, and we need anti-tank, but we don't have that researched for some reason because the game hates me. We will also be assessing the tank and plane designs, making completely historical tanks and planes. The Panzer II Als A is actually really accurate, so we'll start there, but as we unlock more, we will make more historical designs and see if we will be able to replicate history up to the point where the Soviets don't kill us and we win. Go obviously historical, so we'll go Rhineland, get all our eco-techs and anti-tank because we need that desperately, and get a lot of artillery because, oh man, the Germans loved artillery. Start research on the flamethrower tank with Becker, also historical. Get all our boys in a line and start training up at least some divisions, and let's go. Thing I always neglect to do at the very start of my HOI games, you gotta grab all your Air Force, bring them together, and get them training. Especially because the Spanish Civil War, you want to send some experienced planes. Hire Schacht, always gotta hire that bad boy. Go Führerprinzip. And I'm being historical, so I have to get Hess first, because, yeah, he was Deputy Führer. It is a requirement. If I was playing meta, you'd absolutely get Todt first because of the Civ Factory construction speed bonus, but here we are. I always find it really funny the Chief of Army decision is Beck and Keitel. Historically, it's Beck, who was then involved in the Valkyrie plot, and then was replaced by Keitel in 38, but you'd want to get Keitel at the start because he gives division training time, and Beck gives organization. So, like, what you want is actually flipped from what the stats tell you, but Beck it is. Nice and early war economy. You can get the necessary war support by just going to reorganize the Wehrmacht, and in case you've never realized, all these lovely little banners that are just either side of these focuses, these indicate the historical paths, so it's very easy to know what you're supposed to do. We'll be grabbing concentrated industry because I believe that is the historical option for Germany. We're not going to be doing as much tech juggling to get the best economy possible, to symbolize the fact that Germany's political and economic situation was just a mess. They weren't organized enough for that. I'm going to just spaff out as many divisions as I can so as to force Spain to give us 3 divisions that we can send. I do love the price control matches system that allows you to reduce the MIPO bills. I think it's just a great system. Just spam them all. This is what I've been saving my PP for. I have just realized that I've been building my initial civies in the wrong states. You're supposed to build your first ones in Westfalen and Hessen because they have the dam giving 15% local construction speed. I literally just clicked the wrong states. Well, look at that. I am in keeping with Germany because of idiocy. Actually hiring historical advisors in Franz Zelta. He's not my favorite, but hey, extra output is always nice. Gotta make sure I get all of the different support companies because I need them all. Oh, my tanks are doing really, really well. Holy crap. Even grabbing historical doctrines and armored spearhead should definitely get that now because just the amount of mastery I'm getting from Spain is insane. Son of a bitch, how have I been encircled? What the hell? Oh, wow. They've actually just taken Madrid. Okay, can we maybe break this guy out because I'm a little concerned we're about to lose my tank. Save him! Save him! This tile here doesn't have the unplanned offensive, so I can easily break him out. Nice. The Danish trade proposal, no one ever accepts because it's 10% consumer goods. Why is it so early? I have no idea, but we're gonna have to accept it because this is indeed an historical option. You get the industrial plan question thing really early in HOI, but because Todt died in a plane crash in 42, Speer replaced him, but that doesn't happen, so you have to make the choice choice now, which is really weird. So we'll move over to Speer. Oh, you hate to see it when the game thinks you haven't done Anschluss quick enough, so it literally makes it easier for you. I am afraid I am waiting until the historical date of Anschluss, so sorry, gotta wait. I'm down a couple of divisions, so we can now do Anschluss, near enough the historical date. Finally making the Panzer III, and the preset that Paradox give you is actually incredibly accurate, with the bogey representing the leaf spring suspension, the basic high velocity cannon, easily representing the 37mm KWK-36, the surprisingly large number of machine guns, radio, and welded armor. This is it, honestly. The only thing I don't like is that the max speed is 6.1 kilometers an hour. It was way faster than that, so I'm gonna up the engine to 9. Like, why is this so slow? We're gonna keep the historical name of Panzer III, but also call it the Sempre Neumod 1713, after a recent YouTube member. Thank you, buddy. Also, weirdly, we get automatic access to the Stug 3 straight away, but we're not gonna need that until 1940, so stop that, Paradox. And don't forget, if you love all this over-intense historical research and such from me, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Sweet, sweet Anschluss. Thank you very much. Fixes all of our problems. It gives us tons of civs to play with. How in the hell is Spain still alive? What the hell, dude? Come on, die. Thank you. There we go. Goodness me. Anyone else end up with way too much PP just sitting around by this point in the game? Like, I just don't have anything to spend it on. I'm just sort of chilling. I'll hire some high command, I guess, but like, I just have so much sitting around doing nothing. Also gonna do a couple collabs. I think an historical argument could be that there's a couple collabs done. Grab Sudetenland. Unfortunately, a month early. I miscounted. Don't judge me. That's what I should be using my PP on. Instant press censorship to get more fascist support. I always forget, but there's actually very low fascist support for Germany, so getting that up would really help my stability. Slightly early again, Czechoslovakia annexation. I prefer just to directly annex it, but the historical option is to set up both as puppets with the Protectorate Bohème-Mahon. I can't pronounce that, which unfortunately only gives you 25% of its civilian industry, so basically useless. I hate this, but c'est la vie. I feel like I've never picked this focus before. Integrate Czech manufacturers. I get extra Mifobil stuff, and I get access to the Czech MIOs. Very cool. It doesn't really help me very much, but I appreciate it. And it is now the 1st of January 1939, so let's make our very first historical designs using the new updated division designer. We have a lot of different things to play with in terms of actual divisional level support and regimental support. All of these sources I use will be available for YouTube members and patrons, but as you can see from what I have been having to look at, yes, these ancient arcane symbols do actually mean something. I have learned to decode them. It's just like reading English to me now. I will be trying to match this both in equipment types and totals, that is to say, having the accurate number of artillery and also tying them to regiments. But let's see if it's possible. For starters, the division has 36 pieces of light 75mm artillery and 12 150mm heavy artillery. We'll add 2 pieces of artillery. I think that makes the most sense, and take off the support artillery. Next is the AT guns are weird. There's 75 total, but 36 of them are motorized, and that's the thing I hate the most, and I have to replicate it. So we go for a lovely piece of motorized anti-tank. The other 39, I guess, are going to need to be using anti-tank batteries in regiments, and a piece of support anti-tank, giving us a total of 76, so perfect. The division had 26 75mm infantry guns. Sadly, it only uses 4 pieces of artillery, but we're just gonna have to use 1 infantry gun and say that that equalizes that. And then we have a bit of a decision. Unfortunately, you can only have regimental support if you have 3 battalions. And because of what I've had to do, I've had to split this up into 2 and 1, so I can't have the extra one. In terms of anti-air, the division had 12 pieces of rather small anti-air guns, the 2 centimeters. And look at that, the anti-air battery uses 12, so it's perfect. Divisional support would have had a field hospital unit, cavalry recon, and then a toss-up between logistics and signal. We're going to go for signal, and there we go. That is the 1st Vel 1939 Infantry Division, as accurate as I possibly can make it. It had way more trucks in actuality, but HOI doesn't replicate the number of trucks used as like support, only trucks used for actual combat. So there we go. This is going to be really expensive. This puts our deficit at, oh my god, 7,000 support equipment, 4,000 trucks, oh my god, 1,000 artillery. Okay, not great. Too many guns then. We need to get a lot more anti-tank, support, and trucks. Let's cut down the guns. Just need to get a focus to get a little bit more XP before we can make the tank division. This one's going to be a little bit difficult because we're going to have to try to match it to the number of tanks used so as to be as accurate as possible. Because the tanks were sort of split all over the place. They weren't just within the battalions. There were also the command sections, the command companies, all over the place. So there were about 220 light tanks, the Panzer IIs. So 4 battalions of that makes the most sense. There are only about 44 Panzer IIIs and a couple 4s, of which I actually haven't built yet. I should probably make those. So that's all we get to use. 2 motorized infantry and 1 mechanized infantry, but I have yet to research mechs because it's too early, because the game puts it to 1940, and the real life Germany had basically no Sonderkampfwagen 251s. They literally barely had any, so even though that was on the division design, they were not used very much. Tank regiments get their own unique regimental support companies, like a tank destroyer support and a motorized heavy weapons company. I'm going to say that the motorized heavy weapons company makes the most sense. And over here, we can give them a lovely AA battery, because again, there were 12 AA guns. They 24 pieces of motorized artillery, so there we go, that's absolutely perfect. And there were 48 pieces of anti-tank, so we're going to have to add 1 battalion and also have support anti-tank to get the correct number. And even then, we still have a bit too much. Motorized recon, some engineers, a signal company, and a maintenance company makes up the rest of this division. And over time, more of this was substituted for their armored support equivalents, like armored signal companies. But we'll get that once we've got that researched. This is an expensive and yet kind of terrible design. It actually does have a lot of soft and hard attack with decent piercing because of all the anti-tank, but it's just not enough tanks. Germany, what were you thinking? Even more massive amounts of deficits. Oh god, we really need to catch up because we've only got a few months before the war. Huh, I'm not supposed to be able to invite Romania to my faction so early, so I won't. Screw you, but weird that I can. Finally gonna get to do mechs. Really wish this came before 1940, but that's fine. Oh, and I forgot to do the motorized divisions. Interestingly, the full motorized infantry divisions were exact copies of the infantry division, with all of this swapped for motorized equivalents. Nice and easy. Make sure we use motorized recon companies. Always got to reduce the production cost of your mechs by just a little bit, pump up the reliability and 3 production cost, and it's 2/3 the price. And that's in keeping with the fact that they were often made of shoddy pots. Trying to pour a little bit of oil before the war starts because I am thirsty. Okay, a little bit late, and by a little bit I mean a full month. It's time for Danzig of War, and this is what we've got. Near enough a full field marshal on the Polish borders, a full army under Karaglese on the Westfall, and maybe 2k planes out. It has been a struggle to equip all of these boys with everything we need because there's just so much stuff. The anti-tank, you don't need anti-tank in regular vanilla. You just don't. But there we go. I've got the relatively accurate Fallweis plans, although for some reason this has gone Fargrun, but whatever. 1 tank army moving up this way to Warsaw, the rest coming down. About 5 tanks and a motorized each. Could be more, but let's go. Go straight to extensive conscription and also total Moby. Desperately need that. Oh, and we can get Funk. I completely forgot to hire Funk. Oh my god. I've left out on so many abilities because you lose Schacht as soon as you annex Czechoslovakia. Oh well. Oh, my Danish produce. Not cool. Luckily, we can do campaign instructions and get a nice big pile of bonuses against the Poles. Not that we're ever going to need it because, you know, it's Poland. They're always very, very weak. Oh yeah. Encirclement here. Pushing there. Oh, we're doing great. Let's just go. Oh, this is the first time this has happened to me. I've captured an HQ. I forgot to do the HQ. Oh my god. We gotta do that. Yes. Oh, that's so cool. We need to do this. Completely forgot to assemble them. I actually do have a source for what should go into the Army HQ organizations. The Infantry Corps headquarters had heavy artillery, a Corps signal battalion, and the supply command all combined together. So that's signal and supply for the HQ support, which is signal intelligence and logistics. It's fantastic. I absolutely love that. I don't have the XP for that just yet, but we'll just remove that, and that will be the Army HQ. But let's deploy that. Absolutely. There we go. Nice early annexation of Poland. Wow, that was a lot of infantry equipment. Okay. And now I have to do something that I absolutely hate. I'm not going to capitulate France until the historical date. So I'm just going to chill my boys here. What the hell was Germany doing for like 6 months? Because Poland capitulated after only a couple weeks. And then the full invasion of like Belgium and France didn't happen until like April, May. So what the hell were they doing? I mean, obviously there was Denmark and Norway, but I guess I'll just have to wait. I suppose I do know what went on in the Phony War period. A big air war in West Germany. All my fighters against all theirs. And it's pretty even, surprisingly. Let's give it more ground crews and try to actually beat them a bit. Okay, let's finally start declaring declaring war on Norway. Come on, Oslo, stop bloody resisting me. I'll never get over how easy it is to invade Norway. They're just so weak. You just take it. It's great. And it really pains me to have to wait for the historical invasion dates. I'm ready now. Can I go, please? Can I actually make a police division with cavalry and armored cars? Because that's why we've been building them. There were a lot of armored cars in the garrison units of Germany. So makes sense to me. All right, let's do it. Let's invade the Netherlands. It's May now. That's around when the actual attack happened. Let's go. I have to be historical, which means I need to invade both the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg all at the same time. Not cheese it by only doing one then the other. Oh, we can start to make the Focke-Wulf 190 as well. It's very expensive, but it's very good as well. The self-sealing tanks, the extra fuel tanks. This is the plane that was designed to go against Russia with a machine gun and a small cannon on each side and a slightly bigger cannon on the nose. Oh wow, I've actually been stalled in Luxembourg. I was attempting to do the standard historical push through the Ardennes. It's not happened. They have stalled me. That's not good. All right, Belgium's dead at least, so that's something. On we go. Oh man, even with the historical divisions, I am still just destroying them. And there goes Paris. Oh my god. So many events all at once before June. Wow, the French had a lot of equipment. Thank you very much. We were also at 68% economy of conquest, so we'll solve that in a moment. But first, we'll definitely do Vichy France, and we'll do the Soviet-German trade agreement, of course. It's the historical option. Seize all that gold, and now we're at minus 12% consumer goods. Very nice. I guess the only thing that remains is to do a big old Battle of Britain with England and gear up for our next conflicts. Also, need to invite Italy to the war. I think we shall send a small Deutsche Afrika Korps under Rommel into Brindisi and then down to help them out a little bit, because I think they're having some troubles. Here we are, Battle of Britain, Hermann Goering. Okay, let's go. I forgot to mention, I do have a lovely mod that names my divisions after YouTube members and Patreon supporters. Unfortunately, the recent update broke it and I didn't realize, and I have now fixed it, but it turns out it won't work if you turn it on partway through your game. So we're stuck with 297 Infantry Division. I do apologize. My lovely YouTube members, I appreciate you greatly. I will fix it for the next video. The literal moment I get Rommel down here in the desert and he immediately gets ill. Dude, come on. Maybe he needs to be split off. That's probably better. There appears to be just like no Brits here at all. They're completely pulled back, so I guess we'll just walk into Egypt. Italy, please, can you stop dying? I beg you. Oh my god. There's so many British. Retreat. I can't believe I just had an historical second battle of El Alamein where we got pushed out. This is crazy. Italy, please do something. Am I gonna have to build a navy base right behind you or something? Because this is crazy. I've just realized that Reichskommissariats are obviously very, very good in that they give you a quarter of the civilian industry and 65% of the mill industry. But the Reichsprotectorate, like with Bohemia, doesn't give you anything basically. It only gives you the quarter civilian industry. That's crap. That's utter crap. Just bombing the hell out of the Royal Navy in an attempt to do almost anything. I think we've managed to somewhat win a decent amount of the air war. At least destroy a couple hundred planes. All right, is Yugoslavia the Tripartite Pact? This is the historical path where you don't do these focuses. You wait for them to sign it, and then you can do the fate of Yugoslavia, or they just pop in and turn into allies. Oh, okay. Siam has just declared war on Vichy. Oh, I guess that's the limited war thing, isn't it? We're gonna leave that alone and not touch it. Oh, what's that, Italy? You need help against Greece? Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, finished proposal for continuation war? Absolutely. Get ready for Yugoslavia. Trying to get out a number of divisions. I'm trying to have relatively historical division counts, having tons of tank divisions. There are about 20 for the actual war in the Soviets itself, because it is January, so we've only got 6 months left. Very slightly early fate of Yugoslavia. Huh. Oh, I could just annex? Okay, let's do the historical thing. Surely they refuse. There we go, they refused. Excellent, excellent. That was very weird. Invade. Normally I just forget about them until the Allies flip them and then I have to panically invade them. Just like historical. Let's kill them. All right, War of the USSR is on the way, so let's make the 1941 divisions. Should have done a couple of these changes a little bit earlier, but I wasn't really doing much fighting. The Germans realized that really packed motorized infantry divisions just didn't really work, so they chopped off an entire regiment and reduced the artillery to compensate, making for a much smaller and more manageable division. The infantry division as well reduced a little bit and actually cut down the amount of manpower that was in the total division. However, it reduced to around 15,000 manpower, and the division I have right now is less than that, so I won't make changes to this until 1942. The tank division is where it really gets interesting though, because they totally revamped the design of our tank divisions and in a way made them a little bit smaller. The listed strength was about 140-ish mediums and maybe 50 to 60 lights, which is actually quite few tanks. What actually ended up happening is that very few medium tanks were actually available still, so a lot of the time Panzer IIs and Panzer 35 and 38Ts were used instead. However, I do have to play around a little bit here because I need to get these to 3 3 battalions each, because I want to make sure I have my motorized heavy weapons company, but I also want to attach a medium tank destroyer support. This is the Stug 3, and these were not actually organized into divisions themselves. Instead, companies of them were allocated on the core level and were slotted in where they were needed, but I can't really replicate that with the way HOI army division designs work, so I'm going to add it as a tank destroyer support company, and this is why I love the new regimental support features. It's just so cool. This is really, really interesting. I love it. Finally did get a little bit of mechanized infantry as well. The amount of anti-tank was actually slightly reduced, and so the motorized anti-tank battalion can really do all of it, so we can swap this out for a support anti-air, because there were 20 AAA guns, and then we can swap this for an infantry gun to better represent the amount of infantry guns that were actually used. They also got armored engineer companies as well, so we can more easily replace that, and also an armored signal company, which it definitely had, and the armored maintenance company. I love that you can do this. The only other thing that I'm struggling with is the amount of armored cars. There were about 50 to 70 armored cars, mostly used for command positions, but also for recon elements. So I'm going to make that work by swapping the motorized recon for light armored recon company, and that gives me about 25 armored cars, and I think that's pretty good, and this is the Panzer division. We're going to call it the Jolie 4142 after a recent YouTube member. Still call it Panzer first though. We should also start working on the Tiger tank so they can be added in about a year, and I think this is a pretty good design that Paradox uses at its base. The improved heavy cannon, the 3-man turret, smoke launchers, extra machine guns, and welded armor, as well as interleavened road wheels. I think it's honestly really, really accurate, including the fact that it's massively up armored. Weird that it actually tries to give me like the Panzerjäger Elephant first, or the Panzer 7 Lowy first. Like, shouldn't it give me the Tiger first? I don't know. All right, disgruntled Cossacks. I have to say yes, it's historical. Probably should stop training my tanks, and meaning we're going to invade a little bit late, unfortunately, but that's okay. Continuation war, come on in, Finland. We're going to be doing a pretty standard battle plan, but it's also going to be the historical one. Oh no, I didn't call in the general government. That's a mistake. Well, that's okay. Hopefully they'll join. I didn't click call allies. Damn. But basically, we will be advancing up through this line here with the ultimate goal of encircling this chunk here in Courland. We will have our tanks pull up here to Grodno to encircle this chunk, going right around Brest-Litovsk because we don't care about using our tanks in cities, and grinding it over here to encircle this. Do our campaign instructions to get 5% bonus, and let's freaking go, guys. I've actually brought 24 divisions under Sepp Dietrich to try and help out with Finland. They should be able to help into push into Leningrad, get my fighters. It's all good. It's the Soviets. We can do this. And look at this. I've even got an extra army under Himmler to deal with any big encirclements I make. Oh, goddamn. I left a front line on Croatia. No, do not go there. Go on to the regular line. Oh, we managed to capture Zhukov. I just encircled like 20 divisions and one of them was a tank and it was Zhukov. He's now in Kaunas. I wish it would come up with a little icon, his head like here, crying face maybe. That'd be great. Oh, damn. Leningrad's already dead. I wasn't even involved. I'm not even... Oh, I guess I am. Where are the Finnish troops? Oh, I can't see the Finnish troops for some reason. That's weird. Well, I guess I'll get involved. Always got to be going to the terrain map to make sure you don't push your tanks through the horrible marsh pits, but instead go to the lovely Zoltomir plains in Ukraine. Oh, wow. Just having a few divisions in Finland has meant that I literally win in Finland. There's no one here. I'm just walking in. Surprisingly, the Romanian front is just holding really, really well. My infantry are not pushing over the river, but we've got lots and lots of tanks about to hit the plains into Kiev. I can see a very nice little encirclement over here in Minsk. Look at all these awful front lines and how they break up. I gotta hate this in HOI. Just stay where I put you, please. I just fixed the front lines and they're immediately all broken again. Okay, I hate this game. I've kind of made insane progress. Oh, there was a Japanese-Siam war just then. That was very strange. I'm gonna ignore that. I am beelining towards Moscow. Am I gonna win this before 42? Oh, I'm just obliterating the Soviet Air Force, doing 17 damage to enemy divisions with CAS. This is absurd. Now into the wide open plains of Penza to Saratov, my favorite places to invade. Just walk through with tanks. And these guys, I'm going to see if we can just grind a bunch of tanks into Moscow. First, there's complete lack of supply. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay, for all my complaining, I think I am just going to grind my way into Moscow. They were not ready for me. I've just pushed so fast. And there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Moscow is ours. Is this connected with rail? It is. Yes. Okay. That's That's insane. Let's move the tanks off now because there's no point trying to move into these crazy forests. It's basically useless. Let's instead go here. There's some lovely plains to take. Where the hell is this tank division going? Rommel, no. I accidentally assigned a front line. Still in Egypt. Please go back to your job. Come on. Oh, all regimental support companies get massive org and breakthrough bonuses. That is such a good finisher. God damn, some of these division things are insanely good. Winter is hit, so we'll halt the attacks because we're losing quite a bit of manpower now. But man, we're in a very good position. So I think I am still going to keep trying to push here because if I can get to like Kazan or something, that'd be pretty good. There goes the Caucasus. Very nice. And I appear to have accidentally deleted the front line. Let's put that back. Oh, holy crap. We've been naval invaded. Luckily, there's a bunch of divisions who've accidentally been caught here. Where did that come from? Oh no, that's a D-Day. That's a D-Day. I guess this was like the deep raid or something. Oh my god, they completely liberated France. I definitely was a little bit too focused on the invasion there. Okay. It is, however, 1942, so we need to make our changes. The main change being that at this time, Germany was starting to suffer some manpower issues, so they decided to effectively shrink the infantry division by reducing the number of men in each regiment. I can't do that. The best I can do is just reduce one whole battalion, bringing it to around 12 to 13,000 men, and that's what we're gonna do. I don't like it. Unfortunately, this actually removes one of my regimental supports, but there was actually a shortage of artillery equipment, so it makes sense that I remove it from this one so I lose the infantry guns, reducing the number of RD that I'd have to use. And that's about it for 1942. There were some small changes, like for example, more and more tanks were gradually reduced from the divisions, so we're going to take out one of these medium tanks here. I think that probably is fitting, making the division a little bit smaller. I have a collab government on Russia, and I've taken all of the major cities and they're still not dead. My god, I hate Russia. I think I'll pull back von Manstein and just attempt to use him to kill these guys, and we'll pull back some more of our tanks to Moscow so they can recuperate for a little bit. However, there was the addition of a small amount of heavy tanks. The Tiger 1 started to be added at this point. Unfortunately, there's no way to just add a really small amount of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add one battalion. It's only 40 of them anyway, and I don't have enough, so I'm going to have a deficit, which perfectly replicates the fact that there was never enough. No, not another invasion. Guys, come on, leave me alone. All right, it's okay. 10 tank divisions kind of dealt with that, nipped it in the bud. Okay, we knocked out the invasions. Now we're actually going to put some defense on the coast. I kind of neglected to do that. It was 42. I thought I'd be fine. All right, it's April 42. I think it's time we do the final push into the Soviets. They're so close to death. Here's the plan. 10 tank divisions to... Oh, no, I've already taken it. Okay, cool. Well, 10 tank divisions to encircle this. 8 up here to take this bad boy here, because I'd really like to take this supply hub, and another 8 to take this supply hub. They have no supply themselves, but let's see what happens. Here we go, boys. Come on. Get to Perm now. Yes. And over here, get to Ufa. It's all about supply hub connection. That's literally all I care about now. 99%. Come on, a little bit more. Everybody go to Ufa. Yes. Frame frozen. Let's go. May 1942, less than a year in. We win. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, Germany. Make all of our Rex commissariats. Oh, look at that border gore. Don't worry, it doesn't stop here. Oh no, historical Germany means the UK must be mine. Now we blow up the British Navy in the English Channel. Oh no, why are we losing like 30 planes to AA? Stop. Quickly crack out some carrier bombers and start thinking about maybe invading. Oh wow, we're still obliterating the British Air Force. Let's go. And we're doing some tactical bombing on their air bases to make it harder for them to actually get in the way. The pinnacle of every Germany game. Autarky achieved, getting rid of awful MIFO things. We've damaged our economy for years. Now we're gonna make it better because we're plundering everyone else's. We have enough naval control of this area now. I mean, should we just do the invasion? Kind of want to. Okay, looks like I'm gonna land. Let's go. Britain, please. Where is your defenses? Oh, I'm putting hundreds of CAS on you. Oh my god. Look at this. I've already landed. Okay. I don't want to overwhelm my supply, but let's send some tanks over here. I've already managed to near encircle London. What is happening here? Where are your boys, England? I always complain whenever I do historical divisions about the craziness that historical templates are. The thing is, the sheer amount of artillery in this division is really helping me out. Well, this is just absurd. I'm just grinding through them in a few days. Where is their army? Italy. I guess Italy is still fighting them over here. Yeah, there's loads of English divisions, and they just finished Iraq, and there is Japan, of course. All right, I'm okay with it. I also just destroyed a British battleship, the Warspite. I actually won a naval battle. Okay. Oh, then I have lost a naval battle. Okay, I just lost a bunch of ships. Owie, owie, owie. And there goes the UK. A bunch of equipment, and they're dead. That's the end of them. 92% consumer goods. Wow. Okay, thank you, UK. I haven't actually made any Marines because the Germans didn't really have a proper Marine division. They had special Marine commandos that were only about 450 strong, but because of the way the game works, I'm going to have to extrapolate them to a broader size to make them more appropriate. And just based on some limited research, this I think is probably the most accurate I could get. Only 15 combat width and with only 6 Marine battalions because it wasn't a very strong grouping, but paired with artillery, motorized anti-tank, of course, and all the support equipment, this is, I think, the best I can get for Marines. Oh, where did France go? It disappeared. I must have eaten them earlier. I didn't even realize. I finally got to grips with the naval invasion system with the new sea dominance system. I figured it out. It's not too bad once you get to grips with it. Have a big fleet, divide it all up, and just invade. Almost forgot to get pioneers, the incredibly useful engineers, unique to Marines because they give a ton of bonuses. Pop over to Greenland for a quick holiday. Definitely gonna do a collab government because I ain't waiting that long to kill the US. Absolutely not. Spain becomes our puppet. Okay, I was kind of hoping I would annex you, but that's fine too. We have successfully landed in northeast Canada. It's going to be an absolute ache to try and do it. We couldn't get naval supremacy over here. They just kept destroying my fleet. But it is, of course, March 1943, so we have to make one more change, which is to reduce our division size even more. The Germans were really struggling with manpower at this point. So, oh god, I hate this so much, but there's nothing we can do about it. A couple months in now, we're just endlessly pushing as best we can. We've inflicted a lot of casualties. A few months into the war, and we finally have the fall of Washington. It is September. Encirclements win the day. Look at that, 2 million casualties for the US. I love it. Just realized there's a huge chunk of British forces just stuck in Palermo, like 40 divisions here. Let's just knock them out. And I appear to have like half this army here as well. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh god, a whole bunch of my generals just got overrun. Oh no, how did this happen? No! Bring up 8 more tank divisions and then just grind down towards New Orleans. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on, baby. If you take New Orleans, they might die. Plus, maybe a bit more, of course. Oh yeah, there we go. They're panicking. The AI is starting to really panic now. Grind into Florida. Just take as much territory as we can here. Pilot spares America bombing crew. What? Cripple bombers no different than men in parachutes. Oh, this is a thing over Europe, right? How interesting. Make an example out of him. I don't think that event was meant to occur over America. Rush Dallas. Okay, here we go. We've broken the southern line. Oh, it is January though, so we have to do our final removal. That's right. This is the size of the infantry divisions, barely 10k men. And the tank divisions started to get a lot more heavy tanks, and they were reduced with their light tanks as well, which is very unfortunate. Come on, just go to Wichita, Kansas. Come on, boys. We're so close. Oh, yes, finally. Oh my god, at long last. Okay, so many countries to annex. Do not crash my game, please. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got. We've basically taken all of Europe except for, what? There's like a little bit of Ethiopia around London. Let's just ignore that. But there we go. All of Europe. We got all of this. We got all of America. Again, except for this random bit of Ethiopia that's popped out. Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, and almost all of Africa, and most of India. I left the rest of Asia for Japan. They can deal with that. Have fun, buddy, because we don't care. We, as historical Germany, have just defeated the Allies. Our divisions are crap. Our tanks are weak as hell. But my god, we have done it. That was difficult, but a lot of fun. I can say I absolutely love this new regimental support system. It means I can now... Oh, I should probably put this guy back in with the anti-air battery. Perfect. I absolutely love it. Play around with it as much as you like. Some of it can get really broken and OP. But most of all, I thank you so very much for watching. Do make sure you leave a like and a comment down below suggesting any other videos. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. We have a mega campaign coming at 100k. Check out Audra Cooks for all your historical cooking needs. And special thanks to all the YouTube members and patrons who so wonderfully support this channel and whose names you will see shortly. Bye-bye.